When Satan knows that your faith is not on your possession, but on the giver, he will stop disturbing you. If I'm talking to you, if Satan knows that your faith is not on your possession, but on God, he will stop disturbing you. Because he cannot touch any other thing apart from your possession. It's not possible. The only thing Satan can touch are your possessions. And when he now knows that your faith is not on your possession but on God, he will stop disturbing you. Because disturbing you is a way of drawing you close to God. When he strikes on your possession, you see the need of God the more. When he strikes on this, you fast the more. You say, this man, I'm trying to overthrow him. But the more I strike on his possession, the more he moves closer to God. His aim is to overthrow you, your position from God. So when he knows today that your faith is not on your possession, but God, he will stop disturbing you. Tell your neighbor, when Satan knows that your faith is not on your possession, he will stop disturbing you. When he knows that your faith is not on your possession, but the giver, will stop disturbing you. If your faith is on your possession, your belief is on your possession, you continue to be a friend of Satan. If your faith is on your possession, your belief is on your possession, you continue to be a friend of Satan. If your faith, your belief is on your possession, every minute, every time, you will continue to be tempted from one temptation to other. When Satan knows you like your possession more than the giver, you will not have a second to rest. 24/7, from one temptation to another. When your car is good today, your children will be sick tomorrow. When your children is fine today, your car will be bad tomorrow. When Your business is going well today. You will have many funerals. When money comes, there will be so much responsibility where to put that money. If your faith, your belief is on your possession, 24/7, Satan will continue to visit you. Satan will continue to what? Visit you 24/7. If your belief is on your possession. What are the possessions? Your money, property, your children, yourself. Everything apart from God are your possessions. Your health, your money, your property, your faith, your name, your everything. If your belief is on your possession, 24/7, Satan will continue to visit you. You will not have peace or rest. When you think you have overcome, another minute, an attack somewhere. Because Satan knows you have faith. What is the meaning of belief on our possession? Something you cherish most. Something that can disturb your attention. Something that can disturb your relationship with God. Something that can cause you worry, anxiety. A visit to Abraham. The purpose of life is good time and hard time alike. That is the purpose of life. Life is not one-sided. When goings are good and when goings are hard, this is life for you. When the goings are good and the goings are what? Are hard. That hard times serve a purpose to test your faith. Your faith must be tested. And if your faith is not tested, you cannot be promoted. Are you with me? If your faith is not tested, you cannot be promoted. If your faith is not tested, your Christian life cannot grow. You cannot grow spiritually. Tests are made for your belief. Tests are meant for your what? For your belief. That is, tests are meant, trial are meant for your belief. You refuse to grow because you avoid tests. When tests come, you find all miss outside God. Yes, outside God, one can get what you want, but without peace of heart. Are you with me? Outside God, you can get money, but without peace of what? Peace of heart. Outside God, you can get fame, popularity, crown, power, position, without peace of what? Of heart. That is outside God. This is what I mean by to live outside the truth, where your light is coming from. Outside the truth means outside God. This message you receive from Abraham, I pray your faith will grow today. And from now on, you begin to have faith on the giver, not on the possession. When you ask some people, what is believing? They say believing, believing. They define it in a literal meaning. Because there is no way we talk of believing, faith without talk of believing.
First, believing demands action. Creates action. Once you know that, you get the meaning right. There is no other. Believing demands what? Once you know this, there's no any definition. Nothing can take you out of the real meaning. The problems simply solve what God has spoken. What God has spoken. Believing demands action, creates action, which is opposite of assent, mental assent. Mental assent admits, admires, but does not act. Mental assent admits, yes, admires, but does not act. Acting on the word is letting God act through you. Tell your neighbor. I can hear you. Acting on the word is letting God act through you. If that is difficult for you to understand, let me put it this way. Acting on the word then gives God's opportunity. That will be very simple for you. If you cannot take me first one, you take me the second one. Acting on the word then gives God opportunity to heal you, to bless you, to save you. I think that is clear to you. If acting on the word is letting God act through you, it's difficult. Take it this simple, because you like blessings so much. The simpler one, acting on the word then gives God opportunity to talk to you, to speak to you, to bless you, to save you, to heal you, to deliver you. So the word faith now and believing, you can define them. Because it's only difficult. This I've seen many books. After looking through them, it's too difficult to understand what they are saying when it comes to faith and believing. Very difficult. In a simple way, in a practical way, what we are seeing every day here. Every day here, there is power in our mouth. The belief, that is belief, in our hearts from the word believe is released by faith out of our mouth. That will be very simple for you. You can be able to differentiate between the belief and faith now. I take it again. The word believe and the faith. If it's so difficult for you, take it this way. There is power. Say, be healed. You see people get healed. How come? There is power. The belief in our heart. The belief is in heart, not anywhere. The belief in our heart can only be released by faith What can release belief? Talk to me. You can release belief? Nothing can release belief. The only thing that can release, when you have a key for a door, there is a certain key that can open the door. In the same day, only belief only faith can release what? Believe in your heart. What can release the belief in your heart? The belief in your heart. You say, oh, no, I believe. Okay, if you don't have faith, that belief will be dormant, unused. What is unused is nothing. If I say I have money and I'm not spending money, how will people know I have money? Talk to me. Huh? If I say I have something and there's no way, people have not seen me with it, how will people know I have that thing? So if you claim you believe, you have so much belief. Oh no, I'm a Christian. I believe Christ. Oh, the belief in your heart can only be released by faith. And if that is not released, it means what is not in action is nothing. It's mental assent. Belief demands action, create action. I want you to understand. I will not live there because I receive so much email. I said, wow. I keep receiving. This is why I have to delay. So because I'm happy people that send email. It's like the channel seems to be the most watched channel. Most especially on Sunday like this. Emmanuel TV is the most watched channel. So you can go and confirm yourself. Just Google it and see on net. The most watched channel now, most especially on Sunday, live. Emmanuel TV is the most watched channel all over the world. So we keep receiving email, complain about little faith. But I quite now understand that the problem is because faith is natural. And if something is natural, like I have explained last week, when you pay attention to the word, you will find that your faith grows spontaneously, naturally. It comes naturally. Faith is natural. You need to know the faithfulness and trustworthiness of God. Faithfulness and trustworthiness of God. When you realize God is reliable, your faith will simultaneously grow. That is, side by side. I have said it here several times, that when you realize that God is reliable, God is great. From that moment, your faith will simultaneously, that is side by side, grow. That is what I mean by you need to know the faithfulness and trustworthiness of God. Jesus was able to bring multitude to Christ, to God, because of these signs and wonder. When people realize God is reliable, whoa, this is, it's gone. At that moment, your faith will simultaneously grow. When you realize God is reliable, you trust in Him. You begin to trust in Him. You hear people say, I give my life. No, from today. My life, I give it. No. You see people get back home and begin to throw away their gods. Idol. Throw them away. Just because they have realized that God is reliable. They begin to trust in Him. You have seen faith. Faith is a trust. Tell your neighbor. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yes, faith is a trust. A kind of trust you cannot give to man. You can only give such trust to a man, to someone who is reliable, who is trustworthy. Who is trustworthy, who is reliable? Someone who has no beginning, has no end. To someone who has no beginning, has no end. You can give that trust. The use of trust is an abusing word out there, misusing words. You can't trust man. You can't give a trust to man that has beginning and the end, because he will die and leave you alone one day. No longer trust who? When he dies, whom will you trust next? Someone who will die and leave you, you cannot trust him. Someone suddenly can just answer the call. Suddenly, you may just, where are you? It's on the seabed. So you can't give a trust to God. It's only God. Faith is a trust. Say it to your neighbor. I can hear you. Again. So this is why you need that trust, faith, to put a demand on the anointing. Anointing is the power of God. Where there is God, there is power. Here God, here power. When God smile, power smile. When God walk, power walk. When God sit, power sit. When God look, power look. So, power of God. So, without that faith, you cannot put a demand. A demand for healing, the mind for blessing, the mind for deliverance, the mind for salvation. Just mention those things you are the mind for. You cannot put the mind on what? On anointing, the power of God. There's no other means. This is why the Bible says only faith pleases Him. Only faith pleases Him. Only faith pleases Him, nothing. And for so much stress, when you talk of faith, people begin to say, faith, I don't have faith. No. Faith is not something you look within. Simple, just grab it this way. When you realize God is reliable, like many testimonies you heard today, and you are able to meet them, to ask them, what are you saying? And you are able to establish your facts. And you realize that truly what they are saying is true, then God is reliable. And the moment you realize that God is reliable, faith grows simultaneously. Now you have a slot of faith. So every approach you have received, you have seen today, pointing to faith. Like what I have said now, like we are sitting down, begin to meditate over what you have seen today. Meditate on the message of evangelist. Meditate on what I'm saying. Begin to meditate. And the more you meditate, the more your spirit means your heart, act upon it, the word. Begin to meditate in your heart. So that is it. Begin to begin to meditate.